Straight ahead on CCX News, on the lookout for salt.
It's literally coming off the shelves, yes.
And the delivery that arrived just in time. Plus, inside a local charter school, what makes charter schools attractive to parents and why they're not for everyone. And later, the way a Maple Grove business creates a tight-knit working environment. CCX News starts right now.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Slip, slip, sliding away is a good way to describe parts of the Northwest Metro. There's lots of ice, which means salt is in high demand. As Eric Nelson found out, some stores just can't keep it in stock.
I guess it's about $8 for a bag now. That's how valuable it is.
At the Robbinsdale Ace Hardware store, ice equals cash.
Ace Hardware makes money off of the weather, so it's doing good.
Slippery sidewalks and streets in the northwest suburbs.
It's scary out there.
Have made salt a coveted commodity.
I walked in and they said that they just showed up with another load of salt, and I said, oh yeah, I need that.
I've called around a lot today and most people are out. When I called this morning, they said, we should have some pretty soon. Oh, wait a minute. There's the truck right now. So I'm thrilled.
On Wednesday, Ace received a new shipment of salt, and it was the most popular item in the store.
It's literally coming off the shelves, yes.
Normally, salt sales at Ace are approximately 250 bags a day. But since Tuesday, the total is 800 and counting.
I was really happy to see it because I live here in Robbinsdale. I love this store and I was glad to see they have it. I don't like having to run to the big box stores.
We also sell cherry rock. We mix it in with that for grit, for traction on the sidewalks as well, and that flies off the shelf. And we also sell sandbags.
These sucker punches from Old Man Winter are definitely getting old. Many patrons can't wait until it's time to buy spring-related stuff.
Hopefully this is the last time this will happen this year, but probably not.
Snow shovels are another hot ticket item. Here at Ace, they are going quickly, and there's another storm on the way. In Robbinsdale, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Thanks, Eric. In Maple Grove, the city's public works director described city streets as nothing but an ice rink everywhere. That was due to the freezing rain Sunday night into Monday. As a result, the city shifted course this week and did something it normally doesn't do: salt residential streets. Maple Grove doesn't usually salt residential streets because of environmental reasons. At the Golden Valley City Council meeting this week, the council approved a work plan for the year. They call it a pyramid of success. Along with a vision and a mission, they also approved 5 action steps. One of those is increasing the minimum legal age for the purchase of tobacco products, including e-cigarettes, to 21 years old. If approved, they would join Plymouth and Brooklyn Center in raising the minimum age. Charter schools have been a hot topic since they were first created in the early 90s. Yesterday, we showed you what both supporters and opponents had to say about them. Today, reporter Meredith Hackler gives us an inside look at a charter school in our area. She joins us now with more. Meredith?
Shannon, there are 11 charter schools right here in the northwest suburbs, and as we learned yesterday, each of them are different. According to parents as well as students, that's the reason they chose this style of education.
¿Tiene dos gatos? No?
Beacon Academy in Crystal has been around since 2004. The charter school offers everyday Spanish and has a character-driven education.
When people ask what Beacon Academy is, we're a character education school. And I think we really embody what the founding families that really were looking for, was a school that could take the moral fiber of what they were trying to instill in their kids at home and transcend that into classroom, hallway, and lesson plans.
What is Pagina? P-A-G-I-N-A.
With around 700 students in attendance, the K through 8th school has small class sizes, a quality parents and students say they appreciate.
I can understand it more if I have one-on-one time with a teacher, more than her teaching the whole class.
The number, K through 8th, 700 in one place versus a middle school with 1,500. And it's good for the siblings to have each other. They have so much more to talk about at home. They relate.
Ajay Best's 2 children attend Beacon, and she herself works there, which she says is ideal for their family.
Everybody's on the same page. So it creates dinner time discussions or in the car moment when you can just catch up and they complete each other's sentences.
And the character-driven education creates a culture that makes the school attractive to parents as well.
We really enjoy the culture, the community. It's a close community and they welcome anyone.
But what happens when the kids go to high school?
Son animales interesantes.
Administrators say they regularly collaborate with districts in the area.
We have districts that we welcome into our hallways to look at, helping kids enroll in high school.
And while administrators like Coster understand people's concerns over charter schools taking away funding from public schools, he says that charter schools often work with less resources.
We are an underfunded school. When we look at how we put together an education for our students, we do it on a lot less money than a traditional district. Our teachers actually make about 80% of what the traditional districts makes. Our administrators, our support staff, we're all at about the 80% level. So we really have to find your niche, and it has to really be a part of your heart.
Coster says anytime children are involved, there's often a knee-jerk reaction to change.
Anything to do with our children, we get emotional about, because we protect and we want to make sure that we have the best for them.
While charter schools work for some students and families,
So it's 100 times better.
educators say they may not be for everyone.
Understand your child, understand what they need. Some children are going to need an online education because the classroom isn't a good fit. Some kids are going to need a project-based charter school because they really don't fit in a traditional system.
While the charter school environment isn't for everyone, the parents we spoke to at Beacon are happy with their decision.
The teachers work really hard to make sure that all the kids are where they should be at.
So as someone who kind of grew up in a smaller rural community, we only had a couple of elementary schools to choose from. So I've always found charter schools really interesting, but I think my biggest takeaway from all of this is just to do what's best for your student, you know?
That's right, several different options. You really dug into the weeds here with charter schools. Anything you learned that surprised you?
I think what I learned, and maybe this is just because I haven't been exposed to them, is that every single one is different. You know, you have so many that are culturally focused, you have other ones that are focused on the arts, and I think that that's a really cool and unique opportunity that parents and students can embrace. So
sure, lots of opportunities out there. Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Meredith. This week's weather may have you thinking about traveling someplace warm, perhaps out of the country, in which case you'll need a passport. Maple Grove City Hall has been a busy place since it opened its passport facility last April. Just last month, the office processed more than 500 applications and more than 400 passport photos. It helps that the Maple Grove office is by appointment only, which limits the wait times.
It's been really great. We've gotten great feedback from the people that have visited us. A lot of people tell us that they're telling their friends and family about it just because they've had a good experience here.
Customers can make appointments online at the Maple Grove website. Still ahead, a Standout student uses art to send an important message. Plus, it's a special day for some local college-bound athletes as they sign national letters of intent. But first, more snow and lots of it. Up to 6 inches of snowfall expected before this next system wraps up Thursday evening. This week's Standout student could give adults a lesson on time management. Adrianna Robertson has plenty on her plate, but somehow she gets a lot accomplished. We get more now from Eric Nelson.
So this is the mural.
Painting is a passion for Adrianna Robertson.
It's supposed to be a lot of color, a lot of pop.
Somehow, in her hectic world,
I'm really busy.
She squeezes in time to paint a mural at the Osseo Area Learning Center.
She's just amazing. I don't know what else to say about her.
For Adrianna, the mural is personal.
I was bullied a lot in my previous high school, and I wanted to raise more awareness in this high school and just kind of make it a more closer community.
Every Monday and Friday, Adrianna works on the mural, and it will be finished in a couple months. The message is simple. Bullying has serious repercussions.
It was hard. I was really depressed for a while. You know, like you look at yourself a lot differently and you don't have high self-esteem at all.
The painting is impressive, and even more amazing when you discover
He's a little fussy, apparently.
that Adrianna's plate is overflowing.
Hi, we just need to see Edgar.
Adrianna is not only a student and an artist, she's a mom.
This is Edgar, about a year old now.
Fortunately, she is able to do most of her juggling at the Learning Center,
Take a nap at home, buddy.
which has built-in daycare for her young son.
It takes a lot of time. I do my homework whenever he goes to sleep, so it's a lot of late nights, but it's worth it.
In a typical day, Adrianna gets some FaceTime with Edgar.
Oh yeah.
Then goes to class at the Learning Center. She also takes courses at North Hennepin Community College.
I am not a young mom, so
I can't even imagine. But she's doing a great job with time management. I could not be prouder of her. And, you know, she's overcome a lot of obstacles in her life. And she's advocating for herself, advocating for others. And hopefully it turns out like I want it to.
Painting the mural is therapeutic for Adrianna, and hopefully will be for other students too.
It's beautiful. I think it's so awesome that it's, you know, student organized, created, and it'll be here like a legacy.
In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Adrianna hopes that her anti-bullying mural will bring the community closer together when she is finished. Still ahead, how a Maple Grove business turned into a tight-knit family. But first, it goes down to the final buzzer as Armstrong and Maple Grove battle in girls basketball. John Jacobson has the highlights up next.
The dream of playing college athletics became reality for a few more young people today. Wednesday marked the first day of another of the NCAA's National Letter of Intent signing periods. A ceremony recognizing 13 Maple Grove High School seniors who will play either Division I or two sports next year took place before school Wednesday. Athletes in 7 different sports were part of the ceremony, many who have represented Maple Grove in state tournament play. Several other local schools held ceremonies today as well. Here's what a couple of Crimson seniors had to say about signing day and about their future schools.
It's absolutely incredible. You know, growing up playing youth hockey, everyone kind of has a dream to go play college, so it's definitely a dream come true, and it's been a lot of hard work, but it's definitely paid off, and I'm super excited to go to Minnesota Duluth.
I went down there and I really didn't know what I would think of it, and after seeing the campus and seeing how they treat the players and kind of how their schedule goes and the coaches and everything, it just kind of went perfectly for me, and I have relatives that live down there, so it's very nice.
We'll have more on National Letter signings on our Sports Jam show Monday on CCX. The Wayzata and Maple Grove girls hockey teams each have high hopes of winning titles in their respective sections this season. Those two teams met at Maple Grove Community Center Tuesday night. First period, Maple Grove's Lauren Stensley gets free and comes in alone, but Wayzata goalie Stephanie Garbus makes a nice save on Stensley, keeping the game scoreless. Second period, the Trojans' Casey Johnson with a rush up the right wing, passes back to McKenna Hartle, who shoots and scores. First goal of the season for the freshman, and it's 1-0 Wayzata. Both goalies played well in this one. Maple Grove's Lucy Morgan with one of her 28 saves in the game, stopping Maddie McCollins. No more scoring the rest of the night as Garbus stops 22 shots. Wayzata edges Maple Grove 1-0. Wayzata opens Section 6AA play Saturday. Maple Grove is a bye in the 5AA tournament. In boys basketball, Champlin Park is closing in on another division title in the Northwest Suburban Conference's North Division. Elk River traveling to Brooklyn Park to take on the first-place Rebels. Off an Elks inbounds pass, Bennett Otto makes the steal and takes it back the other way for a fast break layup and an early 9-2 Champlin Park lead. Dylan Fruth tried to keep the Elks close. The Elk River leading scorer hits one of his 3 threes in the game. Elks are down 6. Cato Seeley out top to an open Otto. He hits a 3, 22 points in the game for the senior. And then Seeley to an open Jacob Johnson in the corner. He had 17 points in the game. Champlin Park is up 10 at halftime. The Rebels break the game open in the second half. Seeley's steal sets up Alex John for 2 in the paint. 6 second-half points for John. The Rebels make 17 three-pointers in the game. They go on to rout the Elks 86-61. And Champlin Park will play at Coon Rapids on Friday. In the IMAC Conference, Breck was looking to get a little payback on Providence Academy after a loss to the Lions last month. Providence gets it going. Mark Richardson attacks and scores, and it's a 13-11 Lions lead. Richardson misses from the corner, but Logan Blomberg wins the fight for the rebound, gets it to Dylan Service for the 3. He leads the Lions with 17 points. Breck will come back. David Roddy works through defenders and sets up Joey Ganley for the hoop. Breck leads it. Low-scoring game, 24-21 at halftime. They dominate the second half, though. Jared Morton misses a shot from the corner. Ganley gets the rebound and scores. He nets a dozen points, and Breck is up by 5. Roddy is tough to stop. He nails a step-back jumper on his way to a 32-point night as the Mustangs extend their lead to 36-28. Breck outscores Providence 43-23 in the second half to win it 67-44. In girls basketball, Maple Grove and Armstrong are chasing leader Park Center in the Northwest Suburban Conference's West Division. The Crimson and Falcons met up Tuesday at Armstrong. Masengo Motunda on the move for Armstrong. She scores here plus a foul. At the other end, Sam Carroll lines up a long three-pointer and hits here for the Crimson. Carly Kershaw fights for a rebound and scores for Armstrong. And the Falcons are up 20-18 at halftime. This one stays close throughout. Maple Grove finding its shooting touch in the second half. Abby Schulte hits from long range on this one. And then Carroll will hit another three for Grove. And they're up by 10 points at 34-24. But Armstrong rallies back hard. Mutunda's three makes the score 34-all. Crimson will take the lead right back. Kelly Klontz will finish on the fast break for the Crimson. Motunda, another big play, gets the steal and basket, and this one ties the score at 39. Armstrong going for a win in the final seconds of the game. 8th grader Savannah McGowan gets the rebound and put back at the buzzer. The Falcons win 41-38. They move into a tie for second place in the West with Maple Grove. And that is all for sports today on CCX.
All right, thanks, John. Up next, you could say a Maple Grove company is on pins and needles, how it actually improved employee morale when we come back. And finally, a club that started off as a way to bring together employees of a local credit union has evolved into a program that benefits charitable causes. Every Wednesday, about a half a dozen employees from Topline Federal Credit Union in Maple Grove meet up for their Knitting at Noon Club. The women sacrifice their lunch hour to knit or crochet items like hats and scarves. The group then donates the items to local nonprofits such as Click for Babies and the American Heart Association.
Yes, I mean, we all work a little bit at home as well on different projects, but the idea is to all get together and work on different give back projects, and also we've tried to engage other employees that didn't know how to knit or crochet so that they could have an opportunity to learn as well.
The club's current project is lap blankets for Maple Grove Hospital. If anyone wants to donate their own handmade items or knitting supplies, people can drop those items off at any Topline branch. Good job, ladies. That's all the news we have for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow, starting at 4 o'clock.